No, I'm not setting up a Patreon. I'm not.
Rich, look, you said just a little while ago that you're not going to be making a Patreon.
Yeah.
Are you 100% you're not going to be making a Patreon?
Pretty much, yes.
All right. Well, there it is. He's not making a Patreon.
Because I'm not in a financial position I need to make a Patreon. That wouldn't be right to do.
So what am I doing with my Patreon? I'm not doing anything extravagant. I physically would not have the time to do that. The only tier I have is one, and it's $1 a month. And what I'm hoping to see happen is that people give $1 a month. This is a video that I'm sure is going to have a wide range of responses, but it's one that needed to be made. And this Patreon campaign that I'm doing is something that I probably should have started and stuck to years ago, but I was afraid to. But ever since Adpocalypse, that has changed. There has been a fundamental shift in my channel, and I'm sure many of you have noticed it, where the topics I cover have been much more benign. Now, luckily for me, I wasn't as hard hit as other channels, but it still hurt a lot, not only financially, but partially in terms of the growth of my channel too. Now, what made me want to attempt Patreon again is because recently I made a video talking about Wolfenstein 2, and what happened? The video was had limited monetization. It was manually reviewed and limited ads were placed on it permanently. So what am I doing with my Patreon? I'm not doing anything extravagant. I physically would not have the time to do that. The only tier I have is one, and it's $1 a month. And what I'm hoping to see happen is that people have enough faith in my show and want to see me cover those controversial topics again enough to give $1 a month, so I cannot fear talking about things like that, and I can become the old ReviewTechUSA again, where I don't have to worry about what words come out of my mouth. And that's why I only have one tier, and for that one tier, I'm only asking for $1 a month. So for $12 a year, you could help my channel expand and grow and become what it was before, where I don't have to fear what I talk about and I don't have to fear about holding my tongue. We'll see what happens. And for those of you that want to support me through this Patreon, thank you so damn much. You have no idea how much it means.
Hey, what's up, guys? You could have spent money to prevent acute malnutrition through large-scale emergency feeding programs, but instead you are supporting my Patreon, so thank you. Why provide sustenance to millions of children when millions of children can provide me a Big Mac and large fries? For reading them video game articles, who knew? Don't be fooled by children in the grips of famines and hunger crisis. Donate money to people that think effort is adjusting a camera. Whew, that was hard. Donate money to YouTubers that think hard work is searching the internet for the latest and greatest video game article to reread. I won't give any of my Patreon royalties to anyone that wrote the original video game articles, okay? Seriously, who knew plagiarism and Patreon would make a fantastic bedfellow? Plagiarism, Patreon, and YouTube revenue. It's like a love triangle, or at least a wet dream for me. Guys, I can't get a job. Do you see how much time and effort I'm putting into regurgitating these video game articles? I mean, seriously. Donate to my Patreon. Oh, no, wait, this is a thank you video. Thanks for giving me some money on Patreon. Do you think just every Joe Blow can turn on a camera in their mother's basement and regurgitate a video game article and tack on their opinion? Come on, this is hard work, people. Could you imagine if I had to stress out and think about getting a job? Thank God I have no kids, because if I did, I sure would feel fucking irresponsible. Just depending on YouTube revenue and Patreon? Completely irresponsible, that's how I'd feel. So remember, kids, ask mom and dad for more money this Christmas so you can support me. Yes, your favorite YouTuber that rereads you video game articles. Or Santa won't let me read you Kotaku articles!
This is a shout out to a very, very dedicated man who says that he is just criticism and parody. I've actually heard that line before. Yeah, he's definitely, I don't know what happened to, he thinks, I'm pretty sure he thinks that I flagged his old channel. I never flagged his old channel. I never once flagged his channel and never told anyone to. Okay, I don't know who did. I know he's like, oh, because you made videos on me. Yeah, dude, I made a video refuting what you said. Fuck you, tough shit. I don't care. Yeah, as a matter of fact, in that video, I told people to leave you the hell alone. If people didn't at that point, I don't know what to tell you, but I've never once told anyone to go after you. If you don't like the fact that I have an opinion about you back, you could fuck off. But I'm sitting here, and I'm just like, he just made a video, I didn't even watch the whole thing, where he says that he's not obsessed with me. So like, you know what? Let me take like literally 3 to 5 minutes of my time and just look through his channel. And the reason why, like I said, this bothers me is just, it brings negative shit to my channel. It's really, dude, let me just say something to you right now, Joe. Yeah, because I'm sure you're going to watch this because you get mad that I post videos on here. One, yeah, once in a while I'm going to make a video coming back at you. If you don't like it, fuck off. I'm not going to stop, just like you don't stop. But you can't be on the offensive like he is constantly and being, he doesn't stop, he's relentless, and think that no one, what are you going to say? Oh, but I could come after you and attack the living shit out of you, but if you come after me, you know, how dare you? I'm very sensitive. Fuck off, man. You can't be the way you are and expect no one to come at you and hide behind the veil of, I have issues, and it's parody. Am I saying you can't have an opinion on me? No, you can have an opinion on me all the fuck you want to. But this is an extreme, Joe. This is extreme. This is extreme. And if you don't see that this is extreme, you have issues, which, no shit. So, it is what it is, man. Hey, Joe. You want to keep doing this, people are going to come back at you. And if that pisses you off, you get the fuck off YouTube then. It is what it is, Joe. Hey, look, man, you keep doing what you're doing. But I'll let you know right now, if I want to come back at you and give my opinions on some of the stuff that you're doing, I'm going to do it. And if you don't like that, too fucking bad. Yeah, I haven't talked about him in a long time. Whatever, man. Joe, at this point, if you're going to say that you don't have some kind of clear either obsession or maybe you are dick riding my channel, dude. Maybe you are. I don't know. But if this, makes your ass hurt a little bit, tough fucking shit. Don't come at me that you're a delicate snowflake after the offensive prick of an asshole that you are constantly all the time. And then you say you can't take it back. Cry me a fucking river, dude. Deal with it or get the fuck off YouTube.
So the topic I'm going to discuss in this video is Patreon and how people, for some reason, when other people with their own money choose to support a Patreon, or choose to support a Kickstarter, whatever the case may be, they lose their minds and they write Bibles on Facebook or Twitter or whatever social media platform you're on, sitting there lecturing people about how horrible they are that they're supporting a Patreon while there's children starving around the world. But anyway, these are like the 4 or 5 typical talking points that I hear when people go anti-Patreon. And the first one I hear is that supporting someone on Patreon, or someone opening up a Patreon, I should say, is them panhandling. And when you support someone on Patreon, you're basically supporting them panhandling, which is 100% wrong. Okay? When someone opens up a Patreon, they're offering a product or service. You may like their content. Oh, there's even Patreons open for emulators. The Wii U emulator has a Patreon. It has over $30,000 on it. Someone is offering you a good service, whether it be videos, whether it be an emulator, a piece of software, whatever the case may be, and you're willing to support it. But the thing that I hear all the time is that if you support someone on Patreon, you're supporting someone panhandling. You're supporting them e-begging, which again, people think about Patreon this way because it's a new way to support people that create content for you, and therefore they have to shoot it down. But let me compare Patreon to something else that most of these people are too simple to think about this way. Okay, Howard Stern is worth over $500 million. He is on Sirius XM. People pay monthly, maybe not just for him, but for the service as a whole, to listen to Howard Stern and other shows on there. Are the people on Sirius XM that have talk shows, are they panhandlers? It's the people who are paying that monthly fee that are supporting them. It's the same thing, but you're too dumb to think it's the same thing because, it's going through a corporation and I've been conditioned all these years to think that's different. It's not different. It's not different, you simple, dumb morons. What's the difference? There is no difference. You're just dumb and we're conditioned to think there is a difference. But Rich, it's Howard Stern. What's the difference with what Howard Stern's doing? Why? Because he's super mega famous? He's doing the same thing my fat ass is doing right now. He's sitting in front of a microphone talking. He's not doing anything different. You're just conditioned to think that way because he's on a conventional format. And that's why you think the way he gets paid is different than the way someone on Patreon gets paid. And that's why you consider someone on Patreon a panhandler, and it's okay for Howard Stern to do it. So by you calling out people who choose to support people on Patreon because they like their content and they enjoy it, makes you the biggest goddamn hypocrites on the planet. I am so tired of all these people who stand on soapboxes trying to make other people feel terrible. Until what other people spend their money on affects your wallet, you need to sit down and shut up and stop worrying about what other people are doing with their lives.
So, Rich from ReviewTechUSA just made a video talking about how people who talk shit about those who use Patreons are holding fucking stupid morons. Those fucking idiots too stupid to realize what a Patreon is. And this fat cheeseburger eating greasy motherfucker, Rich, equated YouTube Patreons to satellite subscriptions of XM/FM and said there's somebody called Howard Stern who makes $100 million a year and people pay a subscription to listen to him, and that's the same thing. Well, actually, no, it's not, you fucking retard. It's not anywhere near the same thing. The YouTube goddamn Patreons are unnecessary for content creators to produce content because Google is what pays the fees to YouTube content creators with ad revenue. Unlike XM/FM radio, which almost solely relies on fucking people to pay a subscription to help pay for what it costs to run the shows with the ads that the people pay to be on those shows for XM/FM radio. And in fact, actually, if I'm not fucking mistaken, I don't think XM/FM radio even has commercials. Do they even have commercials? I don't know. I don't fucking listen to XM/FM radio. Howard Stern can suck my dick. He's not my goddamn style. Yes. And these Patreons, unlike actually, XM/FM radio, who I just talked shit about, which, some of those channels when I had it free when I first bought my new Ford truck, they gave it for 6 months free and they want me to pay for it afterwards. Actually has some good content. They have good comedy, they have music, they have all kinds of good stuff, unlike 99% of content creators, which are fucking straight trash. But besides the point around tangent there, call YouTube Patreons, the rewards that people get from them are negligible garbage. And oh, you get a follow back on Twitter. Oh, you'll get some early access to some of my videos. They're all just garbage. They're all bullshit because there's nothing that any YouTube content creator can provide besides all our shitty content, which is free anyways, that anyone would fucking want to begin with. So the patrons are essentially are panhandling, Rich, just like fucking people like myself say they are, because people don't get shit for them. And if that's the way it is, then I'm sorry. Hope it doesn't upset you. Hope you don't fucking die of a stroke or have a fucking heart attack, you fat fuck. Christ. Get on a diet. Jesus Christ, you fucking retard. Woo!
What's up, guys? Just wanted to make a quick video thanking everybody. There's been a ton of support for ReviewTechUSA's Patreon, and it's because of you guys now that the Patreon has grown to the point that I am now getting enough to support this office where I work out of, and that's a huge deal. It's amazing to see that people feel that my content is worthwhile enough to support me on Patreon, and it'll definitely help because doing all this and getting this studio up and running and getting this office to where I needed to be was a huge financial investment, and now that I know that you guys deem it worthwhile to support me and help pay the rent for this office to keep it going is phenomenal. I also want to thank everybody too. I was very transparent in my Patreon video. It's not that I'm not making money on YouTube, but due to YouTube's new policies, due to how sensitive advertisers have been, it limits what I could talk about. But again, for everyone who supported me on the Patreon, you're awesome. And everyone who just watches my channel, it's because people actually want to watch the videos that I put up that I'm even here doing this in this office right now. Thank you so much. But this is just a thank you video for everyone who's been supporting me through Patreon. It is over $1,000 a month. It kind of went back and forth. It was a little under 1,000, over 1,000, a little under 1,000, over 1,000, but now it's over 1,000, and it continues to grow. And obviously, it's not completely supplementing what I get on YouTube, but it has made me more daring to talk about topics that I kind of shied away from for, like, honestly, the past year and a half. Slowly but steadily, I see it growing almost every day to, at one point, say that that Patreon campaign that I have, I'm supported by the community, and the YouTube income that I get is secondary because that would give me so much damn freedom on my channel. And that's really all it's about, is having freedom to talk about what I want to talk about on YouTube. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite fat YouTuber here, ReviewTechUSA, and this is a positive video. I see a lot of people making certain videos like this, and they're always negative and urgent, and oh my god, I need you to support my crowdfunding, or, you know, that's the only time they actually talk about crowdfunding, and the only time they actually thank people that support them via crowdfunding is when they have an urgent negative message to give to people, and I don't want to do that. I wanted to make a positive video thanking you guys because it's been for a while now, but it's still going great. My Patreon, my ReviewTechUSA Patreon, is now at $872 a month, which pays for the rent here and some of the internet bill. And that is a huge, huge relief. I'm still doing okay on YouTube, but things are stressful. They must have changed their algorithm now where videos have been flip-flopping back and forth. I'm so glad to see, too, that the investment in this office was worthwhile. 99% of the comments I get about the format change are positive. All the other format changes did not have the same reception, so things are looking really good right now. So if you're supporting me on Patreon, thank you. Even if you're not and you're just supporting me by, you know, going to the live streams I do or watching my YouTube videos, everything combined is helping this channel, you know, and I'm looking forward to seeing where things go. And I also want to thank the patrons for Patreon. I'm over $1,000 a month on Patreon, and that definitely helps with the office. It helps with the cable bill there. That's a big thing, and I'm very, very humble to see that much support relatively quickly on my Patreon. There's people with double the subscribers of me who don't get that kind of support that quick. So this is fun. It's always exciting to see 8 hours worth of work be totally shot down the drain. So I've been working on this video all day,
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? What are you talking about now? The video was fully monetized when I made it live. What are you talking about? And then I see this. The following content has been identified by the YouTube community as inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. My entire day of work, even beyond the video being monetized, is now shot down the drain. It's dead. The video is dead in the water. This is what it's like now uploading news stories, whether it be tech news stories or political news stories, to YouTube. It's a roll of a dice if you're going to make money now. And in some ways, it's gotten worse. And I don't know if I could do this anymore. I don't know if I could play this game anymore because it's just not supporting my channel. This is not a way I can make a living. So something is going to have to change, or I don't know. I'm kind of flabbergasted at this point because I can't roll the dice like this all the time. I can't. It's just not working. And this kind of nonsense that I'm dealing with isn't going to pay the bills. So something's got to give. So I'm going to do a litmus test right now. If you want to continue to see news stories like the one I uploaded today, I have a Patreon. I'll have a link to it below in the description. I ask for no more than $1 a month. If I see growth on my Patreon from making this video, I will continue to make videos like this. But if you guys do want to continue to see this content, then you will support the Patreon, and I don't have to worry about this nonsense anymore. I can upload what I want to and not think about what I'm uploading.
You know, I saw a bum on the street today, and he had the audacity to ask me for money. You know what I told him? I said, get a YouTube channel and contribute to society, you degenerate.
Fuck you, ReviewTechUSA.
All right, I'm not going into how much I make.
My affiliation with Rich and ReviewTechUSA. He's an emotional victim from past sponsorships that had dropped him because of his unprofessionalism. He's unprofessional. He doesn't do business well. If it involves money, he doesn't want to do anything with it. He will use his numbers as far as YouTube to try and walk his way out of money, because when it came to money, he didn't want to pay up.
Do you make $10,000 a month, yes or no? Because I don't think you do. I don't think you have.
Yes, I have.
I beg people.
I'm getting paid.
Southern Blue Spruce, I just started a tech gaming channel. Any advice? Do it for fun. Do it for fun. If you love what you do, the money will eventually come, but it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Oh, God. I didn't mean that. It's all about loving what you do. Wow, thank you for donating. Hope this helps in painting that room already.
ReviewTechUSA is a fat, shameless E-Beggar.
Yes, I am asking for donations. Yes, I know I'm going to be called an E-Beggar. So what I'm asking for is donations. If you could give 5 cents, if you could give $2. ReviewTechUSA. I didn't scam anybody.
Rich, if you're having money problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but views ain't one.